Dipplin is going to evolve, and it's 100% confirmed by Pokemon and Game Freak themselves. This has nothing to do with data mines or leaks, but rather just a pure accident and mistake that Game Freak and the Pokemon Company has made to guarantee and show that Dipplin will indeed evolve in the Indigo Disk. Dipplin is a Pokemon that's an evolution of Applin. Applin, of course, being a Pokemon that has 3 evolutions, with the other 2 being Flapple and Appleton. And now we have Dipplin. You would think that Dipplin would be an evolution like how a Hitmontop was to the Hitmon family, a 3rd evolution in the next generation over. But no, Dipplin seems to be a Pokemon that can evolve again, and the only one of the family that can evolve again, pretty much rendering Flapple and Appleton useless. Now, there were rumors on the internet that Dipplin was going to evolve again in the DLC, that people found it hard to believe because, again, why would Dipplin evolve? But now we know this is for sure, not even through data mines, but simply by playing through the Teal Mask, as Dipplin is a Pokemon and the only Pokemon that can use the Eviolite and get an Eviolite boost despite being fully evolved. Now, why would that be the case? How can it get an Eviolite boost if it's fully evolved? Well, that's the answer. It's not fully evolved. You see, when we downloaded the Teal Mask, we didn't just download the Teal Mask. We downloaded the Hidden Treasure of Area 0 DLC. This DLC comes in 2 parts, the Teal Mask and the Indigo Disk. And certain aspects of the Indigo Disk are there in the game already from the initial download. Certain aspects of the remaining Pokemon to be added into these games are also there, which is why when you actually play through the game is able to recognize that Dipplin is a Pokemon that is not fully evolved, meaning that there's code for it to evolve again in the Indigo Disk. You can try this experiment yourself. Save before you get into a battle with Dipplin without Eviolite and see how it goes, and then restart the game and try to battle yourself and give Dipplin the Eviolite to hold, and you'll see that your Dipplin takes less damage as his defenses have now increased. Now, getting into a bit of data mine stuff, similar to Dokotaro, which we've gone over before, all of the data in the Hidden Treasure of Area 0 is in the game. Some aspects of the Indigo Disk have been scrubbed, but placeholder data exists, and for the new Pokemon Teal Mask, it's interesting because there's actually an open slot between Dipplin and the Loyal Trio. That spot is speculated to be a spot for the evolution of Dipplin because why would there be this weird empty slot in between these legendary Pokemon and this seemingly normal Pokemon? This was the indication to the community that yes, Dipplin will for sure evolve. But when the Eviolite came into the picture, it was no longer really considered to be a secret anymore. It was literally made available for everyone to know. Wolfie is even having a whole live stream series on using Eviolite Dipplin. Now, fans have speculated what this Pokemon could be, and the main thing that everyone is focusing on is the fact that on the Pokemon website, Pokemon mentions how Dipplin seems to have 2 different heads, one head sticking out and one head hiding somewhere in its body. This could be very symbolic of Kieran being possessed or having 2 different personalities, or possibly even split personalities. This is because Dipplin is Kieran's ace Pokemon, and while there are no confirmations of this in the leaks or data mine, it's been widely theorized that Kieran will be the champion of the Indigo Disk, and for good reason as well, as it's basically shown off to us in the trailers, and as the champion of the Indigo Disk, him having Dipplin as his ace isn't really good enough, but it could be a cool ace if it evolved once more. And it will. I think another cool route would be for it to suddenly have 3 heads, and all 3 heads resemble Dipplin, Flapple, and Appleton, the 3 evolutions of Applin. That would be really neat in my opinion. Shout out to Cardinal for both of the Dipplin Evo designs, they're pretty awesome. I find it interesting that this Pokemon, which would have came out of seemingly nowhere, has been so widespread and so terribly hidden. Again, similar to Dokotaro. It's almost like Pokemon wants us to be aware of these Pokemon. But I, for one, kinda like this level of information because it gives us enough information to talk, speculate, and get hype, but not so much information that it spoils the Pokemon entirely or the game for us. I think Pokemon is learning subtle ways of marketing. What do you think about Dipplin getting another evolution while Flapple and Appleton remain in the dust? Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you over on the next video, alright? Later!